Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you. Very happy to be here. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Looks like a very good turnout, if I can see through the lights here. What we wanted to do is, Ken and I just wanted to give you a quick overview of SMG, as the other companies have done for their respective firms, and talk a little bit about our approach to programming and operations that we implement at many of our buildings throughout the world, and we're going to bring to bear here for Moncton. We are the largest private management firm for public assembly facilities in the world. We manage approximately 233 venues across the world. Probably 90% of those are in the US and Canada, North America. We also have a Latin American division and a European division. Our roots are in the hospitality industry. The company was actually founded in 1977 when the state of Louisiana turned over the financially strapped and challenged Superdome to the adjacent Hyatt Hotel. And that was the birthplace of not only our company, but the private management industry for public assembly facilities, being arenas, stadiums, convention centers, and theaters. Hyatt is no longer an owner of the company, but the Superdome remains a client today, having survived Hurricane Katrina about 10 years ago and has gone on to host Super Bowls and other major events. This is just a breakdown of the venues that we manage. You can see about an equal number of arenas, convention centers, and performing arts centers. While we have acquired some companies over the years, we are very proud of the numbers you see there, and they're really the result of two things. Our success in competitive bid processes, very similar to the one we just went through here with the city, with our bid team, and our success in achieving the goals of our municipal partners and our clients and earning contract renewals. And while we do manage many marquee venues, NFL stadiums, A-market buildings, both convention centers, arenas, our bread and butter, our niche, are really buildings like the one we're going to have here in Moncton for all of you. 7,000 to 9,000 seats, secondary markets, that's really our bread and butter. The last bullet there, with regard to working with hockey teams, we work with more hockey teams than any other firm out there, whether it's the WHL, the AHL, ECHL, CHL, OHL, QHL. We understand their needs. We understand the expectation of their fans in terms of the game day experience, and we're prepared to deliver here for all of you and for the team, and we're looking forward to it. Both teams. Our Canadian footprint, which we are proud to say continues to grow, especially in recent years. All of the venues that you see here are very similar dynamics to what we're going to have here in Moncton in terms of the market size, the number of seats. Hockey tenant is the main tenant. The Kingston building, the K-Rock Center, is an award-winning building. We opened in 2008. Home of the OHL Kingston Frontenacs, about 6,000 seats. The lower left corner, the Hershey Center in Mississauga, a little bit older building, opened in 1998, I believe. About 7,000 seats, home of the OHL Steelheads. The bottom right there, the Meridian Center in St. Catharines, we opened about a year ago. About 6,000 seats again, and that is the home of the OHL Niagara Ice Dogs. And then just recently, we were thrilled to open the Canalta Center out west in Medicine Hat. About 7,000 seats. We opened the venue last month with Jason Aldean and Bare Naked Ladies, Tragically Hip, and that is the home of the WHL Medicine Hat Tigers. As far as our operational approach, while we do have best practices that we've developed over many years in our proprietary maintenance programs and booking programs and leverage and relationships and all that, that's all in the background. But as far as our operation here, it's not a cookie-cutter approach. We manage very close to the community. In terms of employment opportunities, we don't have a truckload of people that we're going to bring in from elsewhere to manage this building. We're going to hire locally, both full-time jobs and part-time jobs to service the various events that we'll host here. We don't have national suppliers. We use local businesses and vendors. For paper products, for cleaning supplies, for food and beverage products, janitorial supplies. We buy and purchase locally here. Concessions and catering, while we're going to have our staple products that you would find in most arenas, your pizzas, your French fries, and so forth, we do like to bring in brands and products that are well known in the community that the locals are comfortable with, that are popular. Again, this is the people's building, so we want you to have the best possible experience that you can when you come to an event at this building. And in many of our venues, we have a whole section of the concourse that's dedicated to local brands, local vendors, where it's a coffee shop or a sandwich shop that's very popular in town. We hope to do that here.
I'm going to take you for your first donaire tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. And then working with DMAs, certainly the city, other organizations that are charged with marketing Moncton and the surrounding region as a destination, bringing in visitors from out of town, bringing in fresh dollars to the community. That's part of our charge. We're looking forward to working with all of you. And then just in closing, before I turn it over to Ken to talk about our approach to building an event schedule and a diversified event mix, we've opened many buildings just like this. We manage many buildings just like this. And community input, community commitment is critical to the success of the building. Whether it's local businesses and stakeholders that are buying season tickets for the hockey team, advertisers in the building, good promotional partners. We need the local citizens, the taxpayers buying tickets. That's what keeps the shows coming back. Certainly local government supporting the building, that's obvious. Working with local charity groups, the schools, non-for-profit groups, to get the community engaged in the building, to work on fundraising events. Again, we want to have that diversity, which Ken is going to talk about, but it's going to take everybody rowing in the same direction to maximize the potential of this building and the positive benefits it's going to bring to this community, which are going to be tremendous, and we look forward to being a part of it and working with all of you. Ken?
Thank you. So as Harry spoke about, we operate buildings with more franchises than any other operator, especially hockey teams, but we work with basketball teams, and my building in St. Catharines is going to have a new NBL team, which will be competing with the Moncton Miracles starting this year. And in each of those relationships, we work in partnership with a team to try and enhance the experience for the guests and maximize success for the franchisee. So for the guest, it's improving their experience from the time they walk through the front door to the time they leave at the end of the night. And with regard to the sports teams, it's ensuring their access through simple things, making sure the lighting is right, making sure the ice is right, making sure that their teams get in and out quickly and efficiently, and that their players have great ice or courts to practice on. Our philosophy is that their success is our success, and it's all a partnership, because as a facility operator, if they don't do well, we don't do well. So it really is incumbent upon us to make sure that they're as successful as possible. And as Harry pointed out, this is our 7th major junior hockey team. So Seattle Thunderbirds, the Medicine Tigers, 3 teams in the OHL, 4 teams in OHL, including Saginaw, and this team, our first team in the Q. So this isn't something new to us, but we treat everyone special. Live events, as everyone spoke about here, we're not new to this. We've been doing it for a number of years. When we looked at this market and wanted to be involved, we went out and we talked to the industry players, the Live Nations, AEG, Evenco, the Cirque du Soleils, and other people that share our excitement for this market. A major goal of our discussion with them was to see what worked for them in Moncton, what didn't work, and why. And this helps determine what was needed in this facility. As Jim spoke about earlier, while we're replacing roughly the same number of seats, there's a lot of things that are going to go in this building that you won't see that is going to make it a success and is going to be able to host, as Jim said, the same shows that will go through Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg. We'll be able to play this building because it's going to be a building that's going to be quick to get into and out of for the shows. It's going to have the adequate roof height. It's going to have the ability to carry 150,000 plus pounds. So the same shows, the same Shania show that just played in Toronto would be able to come down the road and play in here without having to sacrifice a show or sacrifice any of her lighting or anything. So this is a building we'll be able to compete for the same shows with buildings with twice the seats. Sports events and tournaments. There's a number of national and international sporting events that are out there that you're all aware of. The Skate Canadas, the Briars, the Scotties, the World Junior Hockey Championships, World League of Volleyball, Davis Cup Tennis. We kept all those in mind when this building was designed. So that's why there's flex space that's going to allow the temporary offices, temporary meeting space, the briar patches, those types of things that are needed to make these events happen, they're being programmed into this facility. This outdoor plaza is going to be fully functional, will have a large impact on us being successful in these buildings because they'll be able to spill outside the walls. Can I have my water down there? Sorry. As we saw the renderings earlier of the plaza, I can see Ron McLean sitting there doing Rogers Hometown Hockey from that plaza with people skating and playing hockey on the ice outside. So it's well thought out, and again, we're not going to lose out on events in this building because of things that have been overlooked. Moncton's had great success in the past on the national stage. I look back to the events that have happened here in the last few years with soccer, etc. And so we want to be, and we feel we will be in on the mix for all those types of events that come to Canada, and we want to make sure that they can go in this building. Trade shows, consumer shows, meetings, banquets, conferences. We're not here. We're not building a building to compete with convention centers and conference space. But this building will be capable of hosting smaller consumer shows on the floor and in our meeting spaces, and ensure that we're able to do those large gala dinners, award shows, and ceremonies, etc. We're putting in a hotel-style quality kitchen that ensures great food at the speed, able to do 900-person dinners on the floor, so there will be nothing wanting there. Community events. We haven't forgotten the needs of the community. This is a building that has, or the Moncton Coliseum has served this community for years, and we want to engage the community moving forward because in the end it's the community's building. We're just here. We're stewards of your asset. We understand that, and we know that these buildings originally were built as public gathering places. It's only been in the last few decades we've had the good fortune of having tenants, major junior hockey tenants and basketball tenants. These buildings always served another need before, as you saw with the tragedy of last year, so we'll be there for those events as well. Events and programming. We expect the new facility to maintain and surpass the level of entertainment that's been seen here over the life of the Moncton Coliseum. But this facility isn't just for hockey and basketball and concerts. It's not just a rock and jock palace. The new facility will be able to host everything from Cirque du Soleil to monster trucks to arena cross to you name it. A couple of buildings I've run in the past, we have cheerleading events that take place in the building on an annual basis, and you'll see 8, 9, 10-year-old girls, 2,500 of them running around on the floor enjoying these buildings, never thinking they'd be in a 5,000 to 10,000 seat facility with their families performing, and it's great to watch. And we'll be doing those events on a regular basis. The acoustics in this building will be top notch. We'll be doing everything from theater shows and comedians and symphonies in here. And with our cut down configuration, we'll be down doing 3,000 and 4,000 seat shows as well. That's how this building is going to have the positive impact on the community. We're looking to keep this building busy as much as possible. We're committed to the success of the facility, and the success of the facility will lead to success in downtown Moncton. In two of the most recent facilities I've opened in Kingston and St. Catharines, we've seen that. Restaurants, bars, and attractions opening up downtown around these facilities. And really, they're so happy. They get seatings before the shows, they get seatings after the show, they get people downtown on nights they've never had them, and it's the fabric of our communities, and we want to try and build the business, build the foot traffic that keeps them successful and opens new ones. And we'll bring jobs, as Harry spoke to the community. Many of them are part-time jobs, but in many cases they'll be the first jobs that many young people will ever have. And with us, they're going to learn valuable job skills that will enhance their futures, and they'll learn to deliver world-class service to both our clients and to our guests. We're in the business of creating entertainment experiences and enhancing the quality of life for all the people in our communities. That's our goal, and we couldn't be happier to be here. So thank you.